Welcome to Sassy, Soulful, and Sensitive, a podcast for us introverts, empaths, and highly sensitive people. I'm your host, Cam Nichols, and together we're going to explore the strengths and struggles that come along with our sensitivity and learn how to trust our intuition and trust our voice. Let's dive in. What's up, buttercups? Hope you are having a fantastic week, fantastic day, fantastic life. If we are not having a fantastic life, what are we doing? I'm saying that a little flippantly, but genuinely, what are we doing and how do we bring more of that into us? As someone who is listening to this podcast, who has found this podcast in some way, I know that you are someone who values personal growth and self-development, self-improvement. That's why I want to talk to you about this question of how do we bring more joy into our lives? So I want you to answer this question right here. Where in your life are you hiding and not allowing yourself to be seen? It's so easy for us to fall into the trap of hiding our true selves, hiding from the world because of anxiety and emotions and social anxiety and depression and all of these different things. Maybe we're afraid of being judged or rejected. Maybe we're worried that people won't accept us for who we are. But the truth is, when we hide, we're not doing ourselves any favors. When we stop hiding and allow ourselves to be seen, amazing things can happen. We start to attract people into our lives who actually appreciate us for who we are. All of our weirdness, all of our quirks, all of it. We find the courage to pursue our passions and dreams, whatever that may be for you. Maybe it's starting a business. Maybe it's going back to school. Maybe it is asking for a promotion. Maybe it's picking up old hobbies. We experience more joy, fulfillment, and happiness in our daily lives when we are not hiding. Think about it. What would change in your life if you stopped hiding? Would you start that business? How would you speak up differently at work? How would you speak up differently in your relationships? Maybe you'd finally find that confidence to ask someone out on a date or to put yourself out there to make new friends. The possibilities truly are endless, and I want to help you make those a reality. Yes, I want to work with you, and I'm in total selling mode right now because I want to sell you on yourself. We've been drawn together for a reason. I do believe that, and I believe that reason is because I can teach you how to create courage. I can teach you how to create confidence and inspiration and trust and safety and insert whatever emotion you want to feel, insert it here. I want to help you learn how to create whatever emotions you need that will help you find your voice and stop hiding. Week after week, my clients come to the sessions telling me stories about how they stop themselves from beating themselves up and stop themselves from overthinking. After interacting with someone, whereas before they would have been stuck in it and ruminating on that situation for days, maybe even weeks or more. Like I have one client who started to kind of feel this change just after our second session together, and it's gotten stronger and stronger each week. I started a new client a couple of weeks ago who had a huge aha moment in our first session. It helped them break through this perfectionistic mindset they had so that they could perform better on an upcoming test. When we stop hiding from ourselves, from the world, there's nothing that you can't accomplish. And I know that I recognize how cliche that sounds. I do. But that's what the beauty is when you learn to create emotion, when you're not afraid of emotion, when you are not afraid to put yourself out there because you know that even if you are rejected, even if you are judged, that you'll still be okay. That, my friends, is a skill. You see these other people out there in the world who seem super confident and have no problems going out and talking to people or introducing themselves or going to a movie by themselves or just speaking up in meetings at work or whatever that may be. Like you're seeing these people and you're like, oh my gosh, I wish I could be one of them. I wish I could be like that. I wish I had that confidence. Y'all, it's a skill set. It is not unique to some individuals out there in the world. It is 100% a skill set that we build upon. Just like practicing, you're learning a musical instrument like the piano. You don't see a concert pianist play and be like, oh my gosh, I wish I was that, and then go and sit down at a piano and expect yourself to play like they did. But why do we do that for confidence? Isn't it so interesting? It's like we don't even think about that. So I want you to think about that question. Where in your life are you hiding? Where do you want to be seen more? How would you act differently if you weren't afraid of being rejected or disapproved of? If you had one more year to live, what would you start doing? What would you stop doing? Right? I want you to think of some of these questions and just notice what is being brought up for you as I say it. And when I say that this is a skill set, this is something you practice. This is why I don't offer one-off sessions. Because what you get in a one-off session is not the same as building a habit. Yes, you can start feeling better in one session, 100% true. But really what we're doing in the work together, and even if you're just listening to this podcast, right? If you're listening episode to episode to episode, you are retraining your brain. This is neuroplasticity. This is what it means is neuroplasticity is your brain's ability to learn new things, create new habits, learn new skills. That's what this is about. I want to tell you a little story from my own personal life, because in doing this work, there has been some things happen in my life that I'm still in awe of, that some of the things that I've created. So a couple weekends ago, I went to a birthday party. I went to a bar, and it was loud and crowded bar for a birthday party. And you probably cringed as soon as you heard bar, loud, crowded, all that stuff. But my husband and I, we were the first to arrive, even before the birthday girl. We ordered a beer each. I chose the table in the corner with the view of the entrance where I could see the entire room, for strategic purposes, of course. And as more and more strangers arrived, because I literally only knew my husband and I had met the birthday girl twice, but as more and more strangers arrived and the bar got more crowded, I went to mentally brace myself, but nothing happened. I had absolutely zero anxiety about being in this area at this party. Zero. None. Not a zilch. And when I realized this, I was completely shocked. Me, the king of overthinking, the king of social anxiety, me feeling calm and collected, and dare I say somewhat excited, in a situation that would normally send me running for the hills, it was like I had uncovered a new secret power, new level unlocked. Even just retelling this, I'm activated because I'm still in shock. I felt confident. I felt empowered. I could handle absolutely anything that came my way, whether that was talking to a stranger, whether that was telling a story. And guess what? I did end up talking to strangers all night long for hours and just connecting with them on a human level without overthinking about what I was going to say, without overthinking or beating myself up because I said something or I didn't say something. Does that sound familiar? If you're listening to this, you've probably had similar experiences to just that overthinking of constantly questioning yourself. Did I say the right thing? Did I not say the right thing? Should I have said something here? Oh, I totally should have said this instead of this. There was none of that. There was none of that anxiety. And now I'm not saying that I'm completely cured of my anxiety. Let's be real. That's not how it works. But this experience was life-altering. This was life-changing. After years of doing this work personally and with my clients, I am still flabbergasted when things like this happen. I've had several instances like this where I feel a certain way that I never thought possible. I never thought it was possible for me to go into a situation and not feel anxiety. There's always, as a highly sensitive person who's constantly being stimulated by the world, there's always this low level of anxiety. And then to go into a situation that would normally be have my sympathetic nervous system super heightened, and to not have that low level anxiety, not even a buzz of it, I'm just like, that shit is magic. How did that happen? And it wasn't until I really started reflecting back on all of the work that I've done, because this is a skill set. All of these times I've practiced, I could see them culminating into this one beautiful no anxiety moment. And like I said, there will be more anxiety, and that's totally fine. I know how to deal with that. But it was such a powerful reminder to me of the power of rewiring our brains and mastering these, quote, intangible skills that have been holding me back for so long. And it's the same with my clients. These are the intangible skills that is necessary to build for yourself in order to create the life that you want, with relationships, with purpose. Everything you want is on the other side of building this skill. And it doesn't have to be extremely difficult. It doesn't. It can be really easy and simple. And that's what I love about it. When we do this work, when we build these skills, the impossible becomes possible. And here's the thing. If I can do it, you 100% can do it. Yes, you. The one that feels like you have to hide away from the world because it's just too overwhelming. The one who beats themselves up for being too sensitive or too introverted or too whatever. These changes can happen for you too. I'm sitting here getting emotional, which is completely not expected, because of the power that this work has in transforming a life. I'm thinking of all of these times where I wouldn't answer the door. I'm thinking of all these times in the past where I wouldn't go out and meet friends. In fact, I would just end up ghosting them because I was in such an anxious state and I was just like, I can't. That's not my reality anymore. Now, don't get me wrong. I still have social anxiety. There are times when I'm like, friends, I know we had plans, but I can't. Those things still happen. But I have found my voice and I can tell them that. And I have built the relationships in my life to where that can be respected and reciprocated. If you are a true introvert, you know the beautiful feeling you get when plans are canceled and you get to stay home in your pajamas and just watch TV. That is 100% a reality. My friends, stop hiding. It's time to allow yourself to be seen. It's time to speak up. It's time to let your true self shine through. And I'm here to help you do it because I'm doing it too. Yes, I'm still emotional. Yes, I'm still dramatic. Growing more and more so by the day as I embrace my own voice more and more. I'm still me. But the me today isn't afraid to speak up and disagree with someone. Isn't beating myself up just for existing or taking up space. I'm not constantly worried about what people think about me. This is the power of the healing work that we get to do together. I want to leave you with a quote by T. Harv Eker. The world doesn't need more people playing small. It's time to stop hiding out and start stepping out. It's time to stop needing and start leading. It's time to start sharing your gifts instead of hoarding them or pretending they don't exist. It's time you started playing the game of life in a big way. I'm feeling a little embarrassed at this moment. And I love that I can just admit that to you because of how emotional I'm getting as I'm telling these stories, as I'm reading the quote, as I am just talking to you today. There's so many feelings happening at once. Yes, there's embarrassment that I'm getting emotional. And I don't need to be embarrassed. That's totally, it's not a problem that I am. But I'm just so grateful for you listening to this, being in my little sensitive circle, being a buttercup with me. I'm grateful for the opportunity to continue to nurture my own voice and help other people do the same and share this story and help share their stories. I'm grateful to be your coach. I'm grateful for the experience I had at that party. And I'm grateful and proud that I get to do what I get to do. So again, there's 4 questions that I want you to think about. 1, where in your life are you hiding and not allowing yourself to be seen? 2, how would you act differently if you weren't worried about being rejected or disapproved of? 3, what do you love to geek out over? Think about that question and see where that leads. And finally, 4, if you had 1 year left to live, what would you start doing? What would you stop doing? My friends, we don't have to hide who we are. We don't have to hide our interests, hide our likes. We could be in our 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and still love something that we consider childish or innocent. We can embrace desires that we have, even if the world is like, what the hell? Because we are the ones that get to choose how to live our life. So stop hiding, start living, unleash your true colors to get what you really want. All right, my friends, that is all I have for you. Remember, as always, shining bright gives others permission to shine as well. Take care. Hey, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you want to learn how to find your voice and lean in more to the powerful force of nature that you know exists within you, head on over to coachwithcam.com and take the What Element Are You quiz. You'll discover how to align with your secret strength that you perceive as a weakness so you can break the cycle of doubt and step into your badassery. And if you enjoyed the show, make sure to follow, rate, and review it on your favorite podcast platform and share it with a friend or family member who you want to connect with on a deeper level. You'll be helping other sensitive folks like yourself and like me find and join our amazing community. So let's connect and support each other on this incredible journey.